I told my friend she wasn't invited on my summer trip, but she took that as a challenge and is now plotting to show up unannounced, broke, and needing me to be her full-time translator and guide. Posted by you/that one girl X05. My US friend group is pretty diverse, and we've all visited each other's home countries in the past 2 years. We either stayed in a hotel or a family home, depending on space. I, 21F, am going to my home country for 2.5 months in the summer. All of my friends have known since Christmas, pretty much, and all of them know it's not an open invite like usual because I'm not going for fun. I'm spending my time there with my family, and I'm going to be busy with my fiancé finalizing everything wedding related. So, my friend, 21F, decided that she didn't want to go home for the summer. Instead, she wanted to come with me and decided that she'll just stay at my family home like before. I told her that it really won't be a good time. Plus, we're not opening the family home for anyone outside of family this year, for a very good reason. Instead of accepting that, she asked about my other accommodations. I told her they're in use and not available. I didn't offer a hotel, and from the way she's been talking, she can't afford one right now. So instead of giving up, she said that she can just go there and figure it out then, which, in my opinion, translates to I will fly there and make it your problem so you have no choice but to accommodate me. I told her if she does that, she'll have to truly figure it out on her own because I'm not budging or folding. She laughed it off and told me that obviously, she didn't mean it like an ultimatum. I asked her if she's okay, if there's something going on at home or with her personally, etc., because it's not like her to do something like this. She said everything's good. I, however, feel like I'm stuck. If she goes through with her brilliant figure-it-out plan, she'll be a foreign woman in a country she's only visited twice before with a guide, aka me, who doesn't speak the native language or understand the map, etc. I can't leave her alone no matter what I warned her I'd do. Advice, please. Top/relevant comments. Commenter. I'd just be really direct with her. Hey, I know we usually travel in groups, but this trip really is just for my fiancé and me. We're staying with family, and we've got a packed schedule. I genuinely will not have the time to spend with you nor space to accommodate you. And then just leave it. Don't share any more info about your trip, not the dates you're going or the flight you're booked on. She's an adult, and if she makes the choice to go down there on vacation, that's totally up to her, but she'll have to fend for herself because you've made it clear this was not an open invitation and you're not going to be entertaining or hosting her. Ops response. The thing is that I've already told her all of this, but I think she thinks we're being overdramatic or something. She doesn't know the exact date I'm leaving or my flight details, but she doesn't need to in a way. She knows the time frame, which is early July to early September, so she can technically fly there within that. I know that if she does go through with it, I need to stand my ground, but I will also be worried about her because it's the same person who's gotten lost in malls multiple times, lol. Commenter 2. Text her, so it's written and she can't say she misunderstood. As I mentioned before, I will be visiting my family, and we are not inviting anyone this year. The family has plans and I will not be available at all during that period. Or something like that, very clear and to the point. Do not leave any room for interpretation. Ops response. Something similar is written out in our friends group chat, so I guess that counts. Update 12 hours later. So I took the advice and sent her a long text, copied and pasted from one of the comments with just a few things changed up. Then I sent another text to my friends group chat, just to make sure again that they know it's not an open invite, and I wrote out why I'm making sure and what's been said between my friend and me. She left me on scene privately but replied in the group chat that she's not daft, she understood me perfectly the first time, and what she decides to do with her time and vacation is none of my business. I told her that she should stop making it my business then and stop telling me about her summer plans altogether if they involve my home country. She replied that I don't have a claim to the country, and that my family's reason for not opening up our home is stupid and that we need to get over ourselves because it's not the second coming of Christ. I told her she's free to her opinion just like I'm free to mine, and that in my opinion, she's acting like an entitled brat. I added that she should lose my number until she's ready to apologize, tell me what's wrong, because she is clearly not okay, in my opinion, it's not like her, and talk it out like adults. If anyone's wondering, what she perceives as not the second coming of Christ is my eldest brother and his wife welcoming their second baby in mid-July, and my parents, my other older brothers, and I being the village that we are, and helping them while also spoiling my toddler nephew rotten, lol. So no guests or visitors are allowed outside of our immediate family while my sister-in-law heals and she and my brother adjust, per their request. Second update 1 month later. Right, so, I was asked to update when I made my first post, and I thought I would if she did end up coming after August/September. However, things ended up happening much sooner. We didn't talk for nearly 2.5 weeks after my last text, and I didn't see her much at Hangouts since she was mad at the rest of our friends as well. They didn't exactly take sides, but they did point out that her plan was plain stupid. Anyway, she ended up coming to one of the girls' places for a group dinner, and we had a private-ish chat. She finally opened up about why she's been acting like that, and as it turns out, she has a huge crush on one of my brothers and was hoping she'd get him alone this summer and shoot her shot with him. It's annoying, but I've been used to having friends with crushes on my brothers and my dad my whole life, so I just let her talk. She admitted that she has been sending him DMs on IG trying to get to know him, but he's been politely cordial at best and ignores half of her texts. Then she started asking me about him, about his dating history, which had me disgusted because he's bi, and she wanted statistics on whether he's been more into girls or guys so she could figure out her chances, and then asked me to help her out. She gave me examples of moments that happened on our last trip with me and my brother, dancing/water fight/karaoke/etc., that I could help her recreate with him, which is just disturbing because she made my brother and me sound romantic, and it just helped multiply my disgust. When she was done, I told her that she needed to come out of her fantasy and back to reality. She was starting to creep me the hell out. I told her that the fact is, my brother isn't shy. If he was interested in her, he would act like it, and him ignoring her speaks volumes. Besides that, I told her that she knows I don't involve myself in any of my brother's relationships, and even if I did, I would never allow anyone to use me for insider information. Then I said that this conversation was over and to never bring it up with me again. She got pissed and told me that I'm possessive and acting like a guard dog to my brothers, and that I need to get over myself because there was a spark between them on our last trip. I just got up, said bye to my friends, and left because she's clearly deluded herself into believing something that doesn't exist. On our last trip, my brother was so into the guy he was seeing at the time that he accidentally called the rest of our brothers by his name multiple times, lol. Anyway, I've cut her off completely, and with everything that's happening right now, she got scared of traveling and dropped her plans, what she told my friends. It sucks to lose her as a friend since we were close and all that, and I don't know how it'll affect the group yet, but crap happens and I have too much going on to dwell on it right now. I, on the other hand, moved up my traveling and will hopefully be back in my home country in the next few days along with my family, which will allow us to celebrate my dad and one of my brothers on Father's Day, so yay, we celebrate on the 21st there. Top/relevant comments. Commenter. Might want to warn your brother about her. Her obsession is creepy at best and could very well escalate if she continues to spiral into delusions. Ops response. I already talked to him, and he just shrugged it off. It makes sense for him, I guess, not to be worried since he doesn't live in the US and is only going to be in our home country for the planned time frame like the rest of us. Commenter 2. Still a real possibility that she shows up at their house in the other country. Ops response. She got scared with everything that's going on in the Middle East right now and put the idea out of her head. Still, even if she does somehow get to the airport, I'm 100% sure she couldn't point a taxi driver north or south, much less manage to get to our home. Commenter 3. Even if when I had a crush on someone, I would never ask someone to put us in a position to better my chances. If it doesn't happen organically, I don't want it. She's creepy and obsessive. Ops response. Exactly. I'm now engaged to my eldest brother's best friend, but back when I was interested in him and he still saw me as his best friend's little sister, I never, ever asked my brother to play matchmaker or tell me stuff about him I could use to soften him up or anything like that. It would have been manipulation, in my opinion, and just plain disgusting and desperate. I feel sorry for her because she's beautiful and any guy would be lucky to have her. She doesn't need to resort to tricks and lies.